All right, Mike with Accelerate Off-Road, and today I'm going to do that second part of the video on the King Quad 750. The washer mod. I did the rollers, if you know it, on the last one. Didn't give me what I was looking for, so yeah. I'm going to stick 1.5 millimeter shims washers in here, and we're going to see what that happens. So just like before, you got to pull this off and take this cover off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to bore you with that. This is pretty self-explanatory. I'll get this off and I'll start again. All right, so now that we got the cover off, we're going to pull these 3 bolts and we're going to take this off, or we're going to use an impact to get that off because it's pretty tight on there. So let me go ahead and get this off and I'll show you where the washers go. Now don't forget also to take 3 of your bolts from your cover, or 2 of your bolts from your cover, and you want to run them in here and tighten them down, and that will release the tension on your belt. So basically what that does when you tighten these down, it allows this pulley right here to spread open and your belt to sit down further in it, so you've got more play and you can work on it. Now once you've got your sleeve up there, or your sleeve is right here on it, you're going to pull this off. You always want to make sure that there's a little bit of grease in that hole, just a tiny bit. But you're going to pull this off and your washers are going to sit right back here. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1.5 millimeter washers on that side right now. So here I've got 2 washers total. This one is 0.5 millimeter, and this one is 1 millimeter. Doesn't matter which way they go, just stick those on the shaft, set them up against the end, and that's where they ride. And then you're going to want to put your sleeve back on, and now you can reassemble and give it a shot. So let's go ahead and put it back together. One thing to note is when you put this back on, you want to make sure that these splines are lined up with these splines here. So you can see there with it installed and all the way back, you've got it on the splines, a little bit of the spline sticking out. And you want to stick your bolt back on. And if you don't have a torque wrench or a impact, you're going to want to brace this, loosen your bolts, put the tension on your belt, and brace this and torque it down pretty tight. But I happen to have a impact, so that's what we're going to be using. And it's a 17 millimeter socket. There we go. So put the cover back on. I'm going to release the screws. Don't forget to do that. Release the screws, put the cover back on, and like before, I'll put the phone on the handlebars and see if I notice a difference. All right, so here we go. I am back together, running. Let's see what happens here. So I'll start off in high first. See if I got any more acceleration. So while I would say it's not holding the front end up yet, it might be some of my tire too. You can tell I'm shaking. These are some hot bitches. That's a lot more acceleration. So the washer mod plus the weights, that could get pretty good. So while I still can't wheelie this thing, that could be me, but with the rollers and the washers, this thing has a ton of get up and go, more low-end grunt. So I think the mods were definitely worth it. Very cheap mods to do. So I'm gonna get this thing out in the sand and the mud and see what it does now. So it should throw some pretty good rooster tails. I think it was worth it. Let me know what you think.